It's June 22nd, 2025. The Mongols, a team composed of local young talent, scoured from a country with one of the world's lowest population densities and a non-existent competitive scene, are facing up against world number 1, Vitality, one of the biggest dynasties that Counter-Strike has ever seen, a team that essentially wins every tournament they've entered during the past year. To many, this will be the most boring grand final of a major in recent competitive history, a complete David vs Goliath situation. But as they enter the first map Mirage, the Mongols will show the world why they need to put respect on Mongolian Counter-Strike. They win the first map and the crowd erupts.
As the others fall for him, no help is coming from us. Calls the emergency services.
The Mongols are the clear favorite team, as most of the community hates watching Vitality win. But to understand how this ragtag group of Mongolians made it to this point, we have to go back, way back to the start of professional Mongolian Counter-Strike's debut. The Mongols was founded in 2015, at a time when the Asian Counter-Strike scene was small and overlooked. But still, in the internet cafes in the country, it was apparent that specifically in Mongolia, Counter-Strike had its grip on the people. But still, no competitive scene really existed. This was until a group of Mongolians banded together under the banner The Mongols. You see, Mongolia was famous for its strategy and tradition, making them powerhouses at chess and wrestling. But they weren't an esports powerhouse. The Mongols' big break came when they qualified for the IHC Katowice 2016. While they didn't progress far, the mere presence besides legendary teams like Na'Vi, NIP and Fnatic was groundbreaking for the Mongolians. During the next years, they would be the surprise wildcard that sometimes would upset teams with their aggressive playstyle. But over the years, without any substantial win, the money dried up and the organization would cease operations in 2022. But behind this titan, a team of young aspiring Mongolians was starting to make a name for themselves.
Oh boy. Oh boy. The knife is out. Oh, do it, please! Ah! The AK-47, he could even go further than his split spin drop. He's in a 1v2. Techno with 4 HP. Quite have the angle. This is getting so awkward now. As Fate makes his way to the side, and he's picked the wrong position. What an absurd clutch from Techno.
They were called IHC Esports. They would surprise the world at the IHC Katowice 2023 playoffs by winning against Furia in a best of 3, marking the first time a Mongolian team had beaten a tier 1 roster in a high-stakes international event. But despite their rising success, IHC faced organizational issues, and by April 2023, the players left the organization. But instead of signing to other teams, they decided to stay together, and they revived the old Mongols brand on the 3rd of April 2023, reconnecting with Mongolia's original Csgo heritage. And with this new start, it marked a new beginning for the young players. They would qualify for the Paris Major in 2023. Although they lost most of their matches, they would beat Gamer Legion in the Challengers stage.
Needs a multi-kill. Hopefully Hastaka can hit one. Oh, he's down. That's something! Quite spectacular! This world, as Techno makes it a 5. That is all. Okay, Keels actually goes down on it. Quick bonus! Denied! And look at the spray, look at the damage. Blitz needs to live, but he puts it in the bar! Oh, no! No way!
The team that would surprise the entire world by going all the way into the grand finals. And they would have strong performances over the next year, getting into the legend stage at the Copenhagen Major in 2024. And they would be the first Asian team to enter the playoffs in a major, with wins against MongolZ, Heroic and G2.
Everybody on high alert, a single frag away. Counter-Strike is made by its history, and in the early days of CS2, we write the first page of a new book. Asian Counter-Strike, for the first time in major playoffs. Bask in the glory of the modern Mongol horde.
But sadly, they would lose a close match to MongolZ 2-0.
The Mongols have had their moments, but that moment comes to the end by the hand of MongolZ.
But still, the team was showing consistent improvement for every major they entered, and they would enter the Austin Major in 2025 as giant underdogs. Whilst most people thought that they would progress to the playoffs, most of the community thought that they wouldn't be able to fight the legacy teams that was in the tournament. And as expected, they would start off rocky with a close loss against Furia 13-11. But in their next match against Team Liquid, they chose to turn up the heat.
For Senzu, Blitz though, he's gonna push through. Look at this chaos! Oh, the whole team just disappears. A magic trick from the Mongols. Liquid gone. 9-10 though, there's one in this blind spot. Oh, the frustrations are gonna be palpable.
They played a stellar match with incredible ratings across the board, and their next match would be against fellow Asian team Lin Vision. And here they would show the world that the Mongols was the greatest Asian team in CS2. But to enter the playoffs, they now had to win against FaZe Clan, easily the most hyped team in the entire tournament, as Simple, arguably one, if not the greatest player to ever touch the game, was substituting in on FaZe Clan, a true return to glory. And this would turn out to be an incredibly hard game.
Retake suddenly on. Simple slides out, taps away for the Senzu kill. Has no idea where 9-10's at, but now he hears it. And it's all right. The rifles ripped through flesh. Frozen with a double. There's the response. It all falls on Senzu. An ace demanded of him. Gets his third kill. Missed on shot. All five. Senior just gets stuffed on the smoke. He didn't know he was in front of him. No rain. Way just sprays through the smoke. Oh, no! Ace! Almost! A struggling Mzinho, the only line of defense over towards A. Rain gets what's left of Senzu. Mzinho gets aggressive through the mid-control phase on the brink of a 12th, and it's a Rain quad kill from the depths of Canals. Frozen tried to keep them kicking and screaming at the start.
Losing this game meant it was do or die. They simply had to win their next match, or else a plane ride back to Mongolia awaited them. And their next match would be against none other than G2, a team that had Hunter, was fighting to show the world that he could still win without his previous superstar teammates Nico and m0NESY. The Mongols would win the first map, but as they entered the second map Dust 2, no one knew that this would turn out to be the longest game recorded on LAN in CS2 major history. Both teams wouldn't bow down and would enter quintuple overtime. After this grueling match, Senzu would achieve a major record with a total of 56 kills on a single map, and they were now in the playoffs and would be against FaZe Clan in the quarterfinals. Most of the community was cheering for their downfall, but still, it wasn't enough, and the Mongols would show the world that they were major capable.
Oh, and you know what? 9-10, yeah, he could actually have a pot shot here. Simple's been caught out. Just underneath. Side by side, a jump scare for both, but Frozen's not looking. Where is the support?
Need this kill.
Ray's got his back turn. 9-10 pulls the trigger, but the bomb.
Win the round.
The bomb is heading into Karrigan in a 1v3. Now they know. Put him on notice. He's got his knife out, and Mongols pull it off. Look at that HP on that CT player. And no, they're not looking at him. He finds Karrigan, an immediate response from Simple. Gets that trade. Important find from Senzu. Catches the aggressors. Oh, messy. Rain couldn't finish it. We got an aggressor. And Simple. Oh, he's missed it. He knows what's up. No scope required. He's there go. Oh, no. A disaster for Simple. 9-10 just runs up the guts, and it looks like he's put them to bed. 9-10.
What a way to drop the map.
He's hamstrung him there. How do you not get into your head when you lose a round like that? And it's a round for the map. He wants to finish it with the knife. Slashing in the smoke. Karrigan goes down. Mongols take map one. It's a liege. Last round of the half. Everything to play for. Everything to be gained. The blast, the swing. He's got it. The first is his. Oh! He's got it. The star stands up on home soil and gives FaZe the edge as we head to halftime. Oh, he's done well. He's done very well. In combination, the whole team deliver. 3 down and only 1 remains. It's a Senzu cleanup. Wow, that's a good one back. A headshot catching. What is that? And Blitz gets double swung, and Liege hits another headshot. Why is this becoming a conversation? Trifling with Frozen and Elige to put 12 on the board first. He's looking the wrong way. Elige is in trouble. Goes looking. Completely pantsed. Playing wicked games. And now Mzinho just has to defuse it, just has to sit it, just has to accept his fate. America's finest. Catches the flash, starts to accelerate. It's a good shot from Mouzinho. Only the one from Frozen. It could all end right here and now in the hands of the 9-10 sniper. The Mongolian delivers. And it's only rain. And he's not got it in him. He hasn't got it in him. Mongols have done it. They slay the old gods in this generational clash.
Coming off this win, the community shifted their stance on the Mongols, and they quickly became the people's team. You see, the average player could relate to these nobodies, as their stories were so inspiring. Just to take one of the players' backstories, 910. He used to live in Darkhan, a city located far away from Mongolia's capital, Ulaanbaatar. All the LAN tournaments, with the prize pools worth going for, were held in the capital, so he chose to take the train for hours to try and compete. These tournaments functioned in a way that you had to win to continue in the tournament, so winning was a necessity. He usually only had enough money for a one-way ticket, which meant that if he lost, he had no money for food, no place to sleep, and no way to get back home, which is just completely insane. And now, 910 had been in a major quarterfinal and was now entering his first ever semi-final, and their next opponent would be Pain Gaming. But nobody was stopping the Mongols, as they were already riding at full speed.
910 on the line, they're coming his way, all three of them.
He gets one more and the job is done. Championship Sunday, it calls, and the Mongols answer. A Mongolian team in a major grand final. A Asia.
Coming off this win, it meant that they were in the grand finals as the youngest team to do so, with an average age of 20.8 years old. It also marked the first Asian team to ever qualify for a grand final, which was insane for the region. And even crazier, earlier in 2025, the Mongols had also been named the national team of Mongolia, so the government could help the team further develop esports in the country. Because back home in Mongolia, the entire country was watching this young team. They filled arenas, conference rooms, and other places alike. Everyone just wanted to see their national team win it all. And now we're back to where I started the story. The Mongols are ahead 1-0, and it seems like to the world that the greatest upset in Counter-Strike history is about to unfold. But one thing is for certain, Vitality won't give you an easy win, and they started to bite back.
He will wait, 3 players ahead of him, those dual Berettas ready to roar, ready to get this game back under wraps.
Full eyes
Now all
on
of a
it
sudden,
early.
they're looking for a fast reaction. Rops lines him up, a ton of damage and support comes over quick. Senzu gonna take a lick at it though. It's both players still with low health, and Rops has got this one box to work with. All he needs,
like a machine.
cover, piece of cake. Battles here to be had. Senzu hits the headshot, there's the recovery. A slight hesitation from Vitality, gave that chance back over, but you've allowed Cywoon to attack the flank, and you have allowed the...
And in an interview after the second map, Mouzinho would tell the world that they started to think the win was already theirs, thus making their gameplay sloppy.
It's a team game though, it's not just about your performance. I want to ask you, did it feel different when you won the first map? Did you guys maybe start to think about, oh, we can win the major, and then it gets more hard because you have these thoughts, these feelings?
Yeah, after the first map, I think I was imagining in my head like lifting the trophy, but I think that wasn't wrong thing to do, I think. Yeah.
Even worse, 910, their AWPer, went from a 1.48 rating all the way down to a 0.40, essentially removing his impact entirely from the game. And as they entered the third map, it became clear that it was already over.
And it is all hands on deck for the Mongols. It is only flashbangs for this retake. Flamesy right back into the kill feed. It is another triple from the young star of Vitality. Zywoo's gonna lean back into the site. Mezzi awaiting. Now he sees the barrel. He's got himself the kill. And so one frag out. 910 from the bottom of the scoreboards will be haunted by this performance unless, and it is not to be.
But still, earning second place in a major at such a young age was nothing short of remarkable, and no one can take that away from them, and they would get their revenge at the Blast Bounty 2025 finals.
A bit like there was blood in the water.
You're gonna look behind him.
He did already once. 3 sitting ducks, slides through. Oh, no, all of it!
What a place.
All 5 frags to be taken. Apex offered to open that flank. And it's 5!
He's nailed it.
1, all they've got to do is best Flamesy. Smoke in front of him, flash to try to fight, and he's gonna keep this tempo electric. Trying to chase them, he'll find nothing.
Winning 2-0 over Vitality, earning second place in that event. And this is exactly where I was going to originally close out this video at, as the Esports World Cup had just begun whilst making this video, but this would turn out to be one of the greatest tournament runs in recent Counter-Strike memory. Oh, and if you like this video this far, consider subscribing. The Mongols had qualified for the Esports World Cup through the VRS system, which meant that on the 20th of August, they would play the first match in the entire tournament against Gamer Legion, who they completely destroy this time. This meant they would face up against French team 3D Max, a team the Mongols had won against many times before. But this match would be way closer than most people would have thought, as both teams would win each other's map pick, and on the third map they would close it out at 13-8. These first two opponents was great for the Mongols, as it gave them a high chance of moving on into the tournament. But these inferior opponents wouldn't keep coming, and in the semi-finals they would again face up against world number 1 Vitality. Many would call this match the final before the final, a chance for the Mongols to do the impossible, beating Vitality 2 times in a row. And no other team wanted to win more than the Mongols, to show the doubters that Mongolian Counter-Strike was like nothing else.
They're going to get across in time.
There's HGs that flashes, Alex.
They're going to come through. Oh, the nades do too much damage. Mezzi now in combination. Flames pushes through. It's too much to handle. Mzinho just the Glock. Oh, he's running them down. He's doing it all. Oh.
Speaking of the club championship, there's a lot on the line for this one.
Yeah, Vitality having an extra $1 million taken away from them if Mongols pick this up. Zaiwu swings on in to Senzu's loving embrace. Okay. It's just a laser beam in his hands. You got to get that AK out ASAP. Rops has managed to save him on multiple occasions. Is this too much to ask? Techno seems to think so. Only Mr. Cool and the Mongols take it.
Beating Vitality meant that they were in yet another grand final, meaning 3 consecutive grand final entries in a row. Was this going to be the chance for the Mongols to win their biggest S-tier tournament in the country's history? The first map, Mirage, was incredibly close, going into overtime, but after this, the Mongols would turn up the heat.
Doesn't really know where to look here. They lose Magic straight away, who gets nothing done on the B-hold, and Woxic comes creeping out on the AWP.
Oh my.
Does he have another life-saving clutch in him? Woxic with the first. Jota's still a long way away, and so Woxic buying time, caught out in the open, looking to finally deliver on Mirage, and they walk it over the line.
Aurora wants, but they've still got to get past this AWP.
9-10 position to succeed. Blitz even coming through to lend a helping hand, and Blitz destroys the short play. 15 seconds left, and Magic can't make a dent. I know Aurora have been desperate to get one of these mid-splits going, and with Mzinho in this position, support from Senzu, it goes nowhere quickly. Another keen trade there for Xantares' death in middle, but you see how jittery Aurora are at this point in the game. This solo luck from Techno, and he even looks to live to tell the tale.
Shocking. Can't die in the sight though. Denied on the catwalk. There's even a flank on B. This one looks wrapped up. Pack it up. Aurora map pick falls.
They were now 1 map away from realizing a lifelong dream. It was a place they'd been in before, and their minds must have been racing at this point. Would this turn out to be like the major, where they choked their lead?
The Mongols stand to battle their way back in. Blitz wide, dead to Jota up at the rafters. It's just 9-10. He's yet to get a kill in this game. It's somewhat slipped under the radar. Can he leave a mark now? Oh my God! 9-10! From 0 to hero, if he can finish this right now! As well, even though you've overcome some serious limitations here, this is a 3-on-5, a low econ round. Hell of a dig for Mzinho. You do it twice over, 9-10! More success! Do Aurora give away? How many unlikely scenarios can the Mongols turn on their head?
1 by 1, Aurora go through.
And I mean, this end, it just feels like destiny being realized. It's rare that it feels this on rails in the final. Finally, to place their hands on a well-earned trophy. 1 kill from it, and there it is. The Mongols, clean sweep in the final.
Their dream had been fulfilled The Mongolian prophecy was alive, and funnily enough, after the tournament was over, Mosinho would be spotted in a Face-It game with a fan asking why he wasn't practicing with his team, as they are going to be playing a S-tier tournament on the 12th of September called Fisher Playground 2, and he calmly told the fan that they didn't have money to rent PCs in Europe, which is just insanely funny to think about when the team had just won $500,000. The story of the Mongols truly surprised the community again and again, and I hope they will continue the dominance they're having, as it's always fun to watch legacy teams get destroyed by a group of young cracked kids. If you like this video, you'll probably like some of my other documentaries about prominent esports figures in Counter-Strike.